go! It's time! Cincinnati, we gon' rise and up. In the jungle, we unite and up. Trippin' orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who gotta move rockin' on? Now who wanna move crossing on? Now who wanna move out on? If you got stripes, then you let the city know you rock 'em. Yeah, we got 'em. Yeah, we fought 'em. Like that black and orange up on 'em. Bingo bottle, never stop it. So the beast and know 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes, flossin' on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen. We gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins.
Welcome to another episode of Bengals and Brews. I am Del Allman, joined by Greg Luther, the Iceman, and Santori Miles. And Santori is eating something.
He went to Bucky's and he bought everything in the damn store.
And while we were late, Foxy yelled at Santori. He's trying to show us his meat and everything else.
Yeah, he's trying to show us his meat, his hot sauce, all this stuff.
Flashing his stuff into the camera.
I got baked barbecue cheese curls. I got Bucky's barbecue sauce, hot sauce, snack rings.
Oh, you also have a cup. You got to show the cup.
Oh, yeah, I got
What's up,
like a
Kevin?
4-in-1 tumbler
What's up,
cup.
Chris? What's up, everybody else in the chat?
I also got cinnamon sweet beaver nuggets.
This is almost like what's close to pork chop.
Yeah.
Within arm reach of pork chop. What did Santori get at Bucky's?
I spent $89 at Bucky's.
Oh, jeez.
It's all in arm length.
You must have been completely bored because it's a 2-hour drive for you. You just was.
Well, so I was at my cousin's last week, and she's always like, "Oh, I've always wanted to go," and she's on medical leave from work for 2 or 3 weeks. And I was like, "Well, we're both off Wednesday. Do you want to go?" And she's like, "I mean, I guess." And I was like, "Let's do it." And I was like, "It's 2 hours." She's like, "Well, I got to be back by 3." I said, "That means I'm picking you up at like 8. Like, let's rock and roll."
That's dedication right there.
Well, we did it. It was a good little trip.
Yeah, we hit Bucky's on the way back from Florida. That's the first time I ever been there. That place is freaking packed.
Bucky's is great.
Bucky's is cool. I like it. Bucky's is now official sponsor of Bengals and Brews.
No.
Damn.
Yeah, 0 million for all that.
All that advertisement for them.
Yeah, for 0 millions.
Jeez, I'm trying.
Constantly promoting things.
Constantly
that we don't
promoting
get paid
stuff.
for.
Yeah, I know.
What's new?
Yeah.
So, speaking of getting paid,
Yeah,
oh,
bam, right off the bat. Let's go, baby.
Dustin Croft tickled my fancy here with the $5 super chat. Thank you very much. Day one draft only to trade back. I'm here for it. Draft. Yeah, law
I wouldn't
numbers.
be surprised with that either, to be honest.
Yeah, because we have 7 picks, and you
more
can
picks.
pick up the most picks the earlier you trade back.
Yeah.
You know, we've traded a lot. We've traded back a lot in the second round, so that also wouldn't surprise me. But last year we traded up in the second round a few spots for Cam Taylor-Britt. So,
Dale, I don't know what you had on the agenda today beyond the title of the show, but
prospect visits, all kinds of stuff.
Could we throw out a hypothetical? If you were going to trade back, would you do it in the first, second, or third round to pick up more picks? Because if it's the first round and you're banking on a right tackle, you might screw yourself.
I think it depends on which way the draft falls. If the right tackle is
Right.
gone, then yeah, you trade back.
I think the first round, like if Darnell Wright's there at right tackle, like he would probably be the pick. I just do. I think he's that good of a right tackle. Now the problem is him getting there, right? It's looking less and less likely that he gets anywhere close to 28. I mean, he might be going in the top 20 picks.
Even despite Willie Lutt's best efforts.
But I'm just saying, if your board there at 28 is like, let's just throw out some names that could be there. Gibbs at running back, Forbes at corner, who a lot of people are very high on, us included. DeJuan Jones, who is anywhere from that 28 spot all the way to the end of the second or the third round.
Depending who you ask. I mean,
Right.
that's why I think a lot of people kind of have DeJuan Jones pegged as the most likely right tackle they come away with in this draft, just because of the availability factor, not
Good
necessarily
chances
best
there
fit.
at 28
I'd be
based on
fine with
everything
that.
lately.
Yeah.
But if
But,
he's
okay.
there,
But let's just say it's him, it's Gibbs, it's Forbes. Let's say the D tackles are mainly gone. Maybe Mozzie Smith's still there. You know, Brzez's gone, Cansey's gone. let's maybe we'll say even Kincaid and Mayer are both gone, since people like different tight ends. But even if we're saying that, those guys are all gone. In that scenario, I do consider trading down. Trading down 6-7 picks and picking up an extra at least middle to high third rounder on top of it.
Yeah, I actually. Do you guys ever look at the trade draft charts?
I don't look at it too much, but if you got something that you could pull on what us trading 28 to just like from 28 to we'll just say the 5th pick or so of the second round, hypothetical, what would that value be that we should expect?
That's the thing. If you get 28 and you get a high second round pick, and then you add a third, yeah, I'd do it. Heartbeat.
Well, I don't know how well this is going to share because it's an awfully small chart.
I don't know that anybody can really.
I'll blow it up here. Does that look better?
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. So at 28, you're worth 660 points. Where were you wanting to trade in from?
I said we would go, maybe 4th or 5th pick, somewhere early in that second round.
If they wanted to trade up from, let's say it's Vegas at 38, they would have to come up with 140 points for that to make sense.
Yeah.
Which is a mid to late third round pick. So yeah, you're pretty spot on there.
Where does Vegas have anything?
Vegas in the 140 range, if they have anything.
That's what I was going to say. Like,
they have the 100th pick, so back end of the third round, and then they could supplement that with either 174, which would kind of get you close, or if they would overpay, they would also have to do their 4th round pick. So it would be probably a late. Yeah, it would probably be a late 3 and a mid 5 to move up from the early second, which I would take 2 more picks, one in the third one.
Well, they're moving into the first round. They're getting to control that 5th round option on a player. So I'm asking them to overpay, and I'm asking for that pick one. I think it's pick 100 there at the end, because that's the very end of the third. Yeah. And then I'm turning around. I'm asking for their early 4th rounder, that pick 109. So I'm asking for both of those. That's a value of like 178. Somewhere, I think something like that.
That would get you pretty close. It might be a little overpay, but like you said, you're getting that 5th-year option. It's the first round. And right now, what do they have in terms of the first round pick? So they have the number 7 overall. Right. So, I mean, that would also give them the luxury of having 2 of the 31 overall picks. I would probably try and do that. And if for whatever reason they bulked at it, and they really, really, really were trying to break even based on this chart, you could toss them 206 in the 6th round or 7th round, whatever that is. And, you could break even. But I'm with you. I think I'd probably want that 3 and 4. Back end 3, first round, or front end 4.
Yeah, for sure.
Sold. Let's do it.
So that's what I'm asking for. I'm trading down. What is that? That's
only if Darnell Wright is not
right?
there, right? That's only if Darnell Wright's there. You guys are not trading, right?
We're basically trading like 10 spots down in that scenario. So if you want me to move 10 spots, then I want your late 3rd and your early 4th to do it.
But what if Darnell Wright's sitting there?
And then no, probably not.
Yeah. Okay.
But
we're talking in a situation that we would be okay trading down.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily have a board made up. It's just if the situation would come up that we would be thinking about trading down, that's what I would want.
Right. Yeah, and then you go from 7 picks in the draft to 9 picks, and it gives you room if there's a guy you want later, that you can package one of those picks to move up again from somewhere else. So it just gives you more flexibility if you would do that.
Right.
So we'll see. But that's about what I'd want. That's kind of where I'm at with it if we were going to trade down.
Parker wants to play, he said.
Well,
pancake.
Rowdy's asking about the T news. Well, the news is that the Bengals keep teasing us, and we think it's going to happen soon.
It's going to happen at 5:30 today, live on the Bengals Talk Strawberry Ice.
They just keep putting out stuff about T, one thing after another. They put out 2 or 3 different posts about T just today. and all the talk of the extension or it's done. The numbers are agreed to. I mean, I think Santori, without revealing any sources, you've maybe heard some whispers of that as well, that the deal could be done. It's just more about getting it signed.
Here, and I'll say this, and this is not a knock on anybody, but I've heard it from 3 to 4 people, other than the main one floating around Twitter right now. I've heard it from 3 or 4 other people that are pretty plugged in, and I've heard the same exact thing from the other 3 people, and that is numbers are done, polishing up some stuff. Looks like it's pretty close. I don't know if it's done,
Now,
but it's on the back 9.
Do you think what you said off air, you think they're waiting to sign him and do him and Joe announce at the same time?
Like I said, that's a personal opinion.
Yeah.
I think that would be just an ultimate.
That's why he said it off air, Jeff, and said this is just my personal opinion.
I think that would be an ultimate middle finger to everybody that said the Bengals can't sign Joe and T. It wouldn't surprise me if even if they don't do it at the same time, if they do it within like a week of each other, just to go give in, like Dale said, because what Dale said kind of shut it, my opinion, down. But I would 100% agree. T deserves his own day. He deserves all that recognition and all that news. Joe 100% deserves his own day.
Well, it'll be his own day whenever.
Right.
And it would overshadow T's, is what I was saying. So
just do it back-to-back days.
Well, no, I was listening to Locked On Bengals, and James Rapine was talking about that. He says that's never been done, announcing 2 deals like that. They say,
well, that's not true though, because we were talking about they announced Geno Atkins and Carlos Dunlap, I'm pretty sure, on the same day. But it was, as we were talking about before the show, Greg, we weren't on here yet, but it was like training camp time. So they're going to get some of those extensions done.
Well, see, James, that's what James Rapine was talking about. He says they would have their own separate times to do that. But no, you're right.
Most likely, that's
sure. Hey, I'll take back-to-back days or back-to-back weeks. I mean, if you do it back-to-back weeks, that's Bengals dominating the NFL news.
Right. Well, see, did you hear the other rumor that he was in Cabo and they're waiting for him to get back? But someone pointed out, Trent Taylor was on vacation when he signed his extension. I don't know if that's the case or not, but
when it was reported, you can't sign it until you're in person to sign it.
Yeah.
It's like a car note. We can't docu-sign.
Well, no,
it's kind of hard to sign it when you're not there.
I mean, I think you can't. There's ways to do that, but the Bengals, I can tell you, are not a team that does that.
No. They can at least have a verbal agreement. They can announce, he's got a verbal agreement, and he'll sign the contract next week. I don't care as long as it gets done.
The Bengals probably aren't going to announce a verbal agreement, but that's kind of what I'm hearing. It's
basically what it is.
Yeah, we're 9/10 of the way there. And the 10th is the signature.
Which, how shocked are you that if this is true, that T is signing with his agent that he has?
I'm shocked.
The part that I'm shocked at was when I was told, again, by multiple people, that there was no disagreement on numbers and David Mulugheta was involved. So either David Mulugheta sent over a contract and the Bengals just went, fuck it, or the Bengals presented something to David Mulugheta and he said fuck it, and I'm not sure which is the least likely to happen.
Yeah,
go ahead, Cam. Can't hear you.
You're on mute.
Cam, come back to us, Cam.
Yeah, we want to hear your pretty
I can't hear you. I can see your pretty face.
Let's
but
go,
you're so silent right now.
Baby, come back.
Cam.
The confusion on your face is fantastic.
Cam,
that's what everyone tuned in for. It was me. It was me the other day when we were doing that freaking. I couldn't drag and drop on TDN to do the big board. It wouldn't do right. Hey, and you guys said if I had a mouse.
The headset is off.
No, he's getting serious now. He's like, screw this.
The game's over when the headset comes off.
The gloves are off.
But
we still can't hear you.
Still can't hear you.
Right,
do you want to go out and come back? Just restart it. Sometimes that makes it better.
All right. We got a super chat from Rowdy.
Super chat. Yes, it is though, Rowdy. It makes it easier to get. I think it does, and that they didn't do it with Bates, and maybe that's why this is more pressing, and they're going to get it done because they didn't do it with Bates, and they saw that it just got worse, and the numbers got higher. The salary cap's going to go up. The numbers are going to go up the longer you wait. exactly why you signed Rowdy.
Contract could be 300 million or something like that in 2 years. Is that what they're saying it could be?
Yep, it goes up an average of about 7 to 8% every year. So if you're 228.2 right now, say you go up 7.5% for 3 more years, you're closing in on 300 million.
So one thing I want to say, I see Matt's comment here says Bates wasn't worth the money. And one thing I want to say, my nephew is an Atlanta Falcons fan, and he's pissed. He's like, we paid way too much money for your safety. I said, I know, that's why we weren't going to sign him.
Here's the thing. The Falcons, to me, are having a good offseason, and they're paying people. And that's what you got to do when you're a bad team. You got to start somewhere getting some quality young talent in your building.
No, I agree. But, I mean, we weren't going to pay him that. He's just like, we paid way too much for him.
I know. I'm just saying it works out.
I said, he's a good player, though. I said, you got a really good safety. So
exactly. All right, Cam, you back?
Yeah, I think I'm back. I think I'm back. No, I was gonna say, do you think possibly, like, for once, like maybe Tee Higgins was like, you know what, this is a number that I'm cool at. Like, I don't need to, necessarily be the highest paid receiver or anything like that. Like, this is a number I'm cool at, and if they come with this or something close, go ahead and seal the deal. Because normally, like you said, we don't get a deal done with this agent at all. It's like pulling teeth.
Well, I think that's a really good point, in all honesty, because let's think back to about a month and a half ago. There was a rumor floated out there by one of our colleagues. I won't say who, because I think he wanted to remain nameless on it. But supposedly there was a meeting between T, Chase, and Burrow about what it was going to take to stick together. And now we're hearing rumors that this Tee Higgins contract went down super quick with one of the toughest agents with no issues.
Yeah.
So maybe there's some smoke to that.
Is our source Matt, and he's saying the same thing in the chat at the same time?
No, it was actually someone else in our Male Sluts group chat.
One thing I'll tell you this, and this is one thing that Eric Higgins told me last summer, that now this had nothing to do with the contract, but he said that T doesn't have, because I kept saying, oh, T's the number one. T's number one. He goes, T doesn't have to be a number one. T knows how good he is. So that was just from Eric as far as being, quote unquote, a number one wide receiver. We all know T is a number one on any other team. So maybe it is more of he likes it here. He wants to stay here.
He don't need that validation of outside noises calling him a number one.
Exactly.
Where Marvin Jones, when he left, that's why he left. Because I mean, all reports were we gave him a pretty competitive offer. That's why when I tweeted out earlier, I said, Hoosh left, Marvin Jones left, and this will just signify more about organization changing. But I said it's been for differing reasons why these guys have stayed, which I want to also give T credit for that when this happens, because it's him not having that attitude of like, hey, I need that recognition, and saying I know how damn good I am, like his dad said, and that's how he is. He is that damn good.
Right. And the thing is, it's like I've said this before, that I think Joe, Jamar, and T want to leave a legacy not only in Cincinnati but in the NFL. As far as sticking together, winning multiple championships, setting records, being the greatest trio ever, stuff like that. I think that's important to them as making money. But that's just my own opinion. I have no inside source at all for that. I just think that.
Here's some more from the chat. I just want to get in their points of view too, which I think are making some good points. Yeah, he's from Tennessee, close by. I know his dad is from Chicago. That's not, he's kind of in the middle of all that. So that can't hurt. And then this one, I forget about this sometimes, how AJ was his favorite player, so he grew up wanting to be a Cincinnati Bengal and watching the Cincinnati Bengals. So like he's living his dream. So I mean, at the end of the day, also, as Steven says, the agent does work for the player. Now, I do think that a lot of players let the agents handle the majority of it. And just like, hey, you go do your thing. I'm going to be vacationing in my off season and enjoying it before I get back to work. But, they still discuss numbers. They have an idea what they want to get done. It's not like the agent's just up there going rogue.
But sometimes happiness is more important to a player. Not all the time, but sometimes happiness is more important to a player than money. He's still going to be a millionaire.
Well, here's a fun one to think about. if it's picking between what the agent wants and what Joe Burrow wants, what is T going to do?
Yeah. Well, yeah, and here's the thing. The Bengals are in that too. They gotta say, okay, well, we're the one cutting the check. So everybody's gotta, that's why I think T being the way he is and not needing the recognition, this, that, and the other, I think it's much easier to get a deal done, and that's what we're seeing. So we're just waiting on the official announcement. But from all signs, I mean, come on, man. The Bengals, they like to troll a little bit, but they usually troll before the big announcement comes.
Right.
They don't just troll to troll.
Right.
They do it, and then the big announcement comes, or then the schedule release, or then, it's whatever is coming up.
So it's kind of the same thing as Pratt. Pratt wanted to stay here and win, so it didn't cost as much money to keep Pratt as we thought it would. And Pratt said he wanted to win. So I think that he put priority on that over money.
Well, and we'll never really know all the details. We'll never but here's the deal. Pratt did come out and say in an interview that he took less money to stay here.
Yeah.
He said he had more. He did say he had more. Now, we'll never know the extent, or, was it more of a signing bonus? Was it more, whatever it is.
Take him at his word.
And he's always been a pretty honest fourth-rate player here.
Exactly.
He's never been blood drop. He's never been afraid to say what he's thinking. I think we all know that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Pratt, if he says he took less in his mind to stay here, then I believe him. And I think you're probably going to start seeing a lot of that. I think a lot of these players really know what they got in Joe. Joe's going to be the driving force here.
Now, Santori knows way more about the cap than I do. I won't speak for everybody else, but I can say for me when it comes to financial
he knows
stuff,
more than I do.
I don't.
As far as the cap goes, I don't do numbers.
Hey, Tori, can we call you Cap? Can we call you Cap, Tori?
No, leave that to Andre. Is so much better than me. I'm not going to be the resident cap guy because I learned a lot of stuff from Andre.
All right.
Most of the stuff and how I understand it, I've learned from Andre. So I do get a lot of credit from you guys, but I want to make sure I get
No.
Right. Yeah. Everybody usually has some people that
I am still very much the student to Andre being the teacher.
The thing with Andre is I just can't understand. Like, he goes into all these details, and it's hard for me. You kind of make it easier for all of us to understand and all that. So, but yeah, Andre's a good person. But you just help it.
Damn it, Greg! Shit, sir. I keep trying to get this comment in. I keep getting cut off. And I'm like,
Mr. Phillips.
Jeff starts laughing at me. So
have we changed?
Lose out on deals due to guaranteed money. I wanted to make the point with this one because I felt like we did see a changing of that when we got Orlando Brown and how much guaranteed money that we gave him seemed like a little bit of a changing to his point.
The amount of guaranteed money has definitely changed. The structures haven't changed too much. The Bengals still like to do kind of like roster bonuses early on in that first part of the contract. And that hasn't changed too much. They're still a little behind the times, but I think when they're willing to throw more guaranteed money on it, that's where they've been losing. There is a difference between structure and more guarantees, but you are right in the fact that they are throwing more guaranteed money at it. It's not as much as everybody else, but they're definitely moving that direction. They're changing with the times. It's not a full speed change. Because the way that they do structure contracts is what keeps them out of cap hell. That's why they'll never be in a situation like the Saints are in. So they're kind of somewhere in the middle, a happy medium, if that makes sense.
Ooh, here's some interesting news from Ace that Joe put in our group chat. Said Forbes, which this is taking Forbes at his word, Emmanuel Forbes, says he's up to 177 and plans on being 185 by the start of the season. Now you wonder, that's a big jump from 163 to 185. But I mean, if he gets there, as long as he don't lose any of his speed, he's still a natural playmaker and stuff.
Right.
What was his speed? Forbes.
It was pretty good. I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. I saw that real quick. But Cam, so back to T, one thing I was wanting to talk about here with this, and the Bengals are teasing it. We think it's just a matter of time. 3 or 4 years. I know we kind of talked about this the other day. You think he's going to go 3 or 4 the more you've kind of thought about it the last couple of days?
I think it'll be 4. I think it'll be a 4-year deal. Now, how much money, I'm not sure. Who knows? But I think it'll be a 4-year deal, man. I think when you look at most receivers that's getting paid like top dog, like Tyreek Hill's was 4-year deals. You look at the standard normally for receivers, it's normally like that 4-year deal mark. You normally don't stretch it to 5 when you look at some of the top receivers. So yeah, I think it'll be a 4-year deal.
Ooh, Parker's saying 5.
Wow.
Yeah,
585. Whoa, that's
we
so
would
cheap.
take that, but we're like 4 at 95 is what we've been saying. But Taylor here is saying Forbes said between 170. So yeah, he's probably like he might have weighed in once at 174.
That's that's 174 before he poops. And
with 3 layers of clothes on,
and the other stuff is
he's wearing a metal chain for a belt.
And when I put my uniform on later, and I have drinking half a gallon of water and eaten my trail mix,
or he can do a Ted Karras, just drink a gallon of milk. Maybe that'll.
Greg, what do you think? What do you think? 3 or 4 years for T? Because I want to go around the horn on this one real quick before we continue with anything else.
If he signs a 3-year deal, is that counting this year's rookie the last?
It would be an extension. Everything I'm saying is extension. 3-year extension, 4-year extension, 5-year extension on top of
this year.
I prefer. That's a good question. I hope it's a 4-year extension, but I would not be surprised if it's a 3-year extension.
Because he doesn't have a 5th-year option being a second-round pick, so there's none of that. It's just this upcoming season, you keep him on his rookie deal, and then after that very next year is when it would be the extension.
3-year deal. So it's not counting this year coming up after that 3 years?
Right.
Okay, yeah, 3 years then.
3. Well, the only reason I can see him doing 3 is so he's back on the market sooner.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I can see 3 years. And
I've just seen some talk. I can't even remember who was talking about it, but I was like, I kind of can see that from his perspective and his agent. If we're saying, well, his agent's playing awful nice here. His agent might be like, yeah, take a 3-year deal at this cost, because when you're back on the market, I'm going to ask for the moon.
Right. Well, like we just said, the salary cap's going to go up. It's even more. So in 3 years, he can double his money.
That makes sense, though.
That's why I could see, which technically it would be 4 years, because like we just said, it'd be this year already plus 3 on top of that. So that's where I could see it 3 years, because he wants to hurt him, get back into it. His agent is going to most likely do a short contract with a front-loaded contract up front to get more money at the end when he goes to free agency again.
Well, man, I love the people in the chat here, which a lot of these guys follow him. If you don't, Taylor Cornell, Stephen Billings,
Parker,
all these guys, man. The Spotrack 4 at 80.6. That's what Spotrack. We think it probably comes in a little higher. Taylor thinks if he does a 3-year, it's going to be like 69 million, 35, and that's a big. Woo! But I could see it. It would not shock me.
Well, here let's say it this way though.
That's
if it is
23. That's 23 million a year.
That's good money. I take that.
That's the range that you kind of mentioned him at a lot.
I take that.
If it is a shorter deal, you said why David Mulligata is a little bit more easygoing, because he knows he's going to get 2 big paydays out of this.
Yeah, Will follow Will. Let's follow everybody. Crypt Keeper, Kevin, everybody. I just try not to leave anybody out.
Me, please.
So Tori, you don't
help.
You stop getting on Twitter. What are you even talking about?
I straight deleted it from my phone.
Yeah, you said you needed a break.
It was the happiest week of my life.
Boys, active lately, bro.
I got off Twitter. I felt so happy, and I got on Twitter, and I was like, all right, I'm going to re-download it. The first thing I saw was Kid Rock mowing down a bunch of gay Bud Light cans, and I went, all right, I'm back off of here. I've been here for 5 seconds. There's already something stupid going on. So
those cans weren't even gay. They were just
they were just regular Bud Light cans.
Kid Rock's not the regular cans.
Neither here nor there. But I was like, damn, this is what I'm missing. All right, I'm going to leave again.
You picked a bad time, bro.
It was like that Simpsons gif where the grandpa walks in the bar, puts his hat on, grabs his hat, walks right back out.
Nope, I'm good.
Never mind.
So, Jeff, did you think 3 or 4? I see it both sides. kind of. I see 3 years if I'm like T and his agent, and I say if I'm the Bengals, I want that 4-year extension.
I can see 3. That's where I'm at. I can see 3 just so he can get back on the market quick because, like we just said, the salary cap's going to go up. He'll get 2 big paydays. So I can see 3. It was 4, awesome, but I think it's more around 3 year. Just knowing his agent, he wants to get the most money as he can. He's like, all right, I'll get you signed for the Bengals, but you got to do a 3 year so we can get more money at the end of it.
Yeah. I honestly, I think I'm down with 3. I want to keep these guys together as long as I can, but if it's a 3-year extension and he had a 4-year deal at 20, 21, 22, 23, I mean, he signed through 2026 at that point. Like that's
he's still young.
You have him for 4 more seasons.
Right. 4 years total.
Right. I think the expectation is to get at least 1 ring in that span, and that kind of covers it. After that, I hate to say you start over, but it's
just win 4 in a row.
Once I get my ring, I'm willing to kind of start going, okay, well, let's keep going. But they're going to do everything they can to exhaust their options to keep this chunk here right now until that happens.
For as long as they can, but that's what I mean. If it becomes just a 3, okay, can we go ahead and do this 3-year extension and not have to F around and piss you off by franchise tagging you 1 more year after this? You know what I mean? Let's just already have that in place and not
a common ground. Like, hey, all right, we'll give you. We won't take you all the way up top, but you got to give us a 3-year deal so we can re-up again. That's kind of like the pulling, the push and pull of it all.
Now, my question to you all is, when do you think they really started talking contract? Do you think it was during the season? Or do you think they waited just after
the season? A little after the season ended, probably. My guess.
Yeah, I think fans talk about it way in advance of. I mean, we've been talking about this Burrow extension since he signed here.
Literally,
I don't think he had even signed his first contract yet, and we were kind of like, man, if this guy pans out, he's going to make $500 million. That was like a week after drafting him. He hadn't even signed his rookie contract yet, where he talked about the extension.
Hey, and Queen deserves a new house. Mama T deserves a new house for sure, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Will, I could see this being something written in there like, okay, also you're not going to franchise this.
Well,
4 years down the road.
Well, then here's what you do. You build in a club mutual option for year 4. And you have the option to either re-sign, restructure, or cut loose. There's no franchise tag on that 4th year restructure.
Yeah.
Really?
Another thing that Eric told me, he's like, if they get a contract, they're moving up here. That's from like I said, when Eric was still around. So.
No, but
I'm trying to impress everybody.
No, what scared me at first was remember when they talked to T, they asked about the contract. He's like, I'm going to let my agent do that, and that's where I'm like, oh shit.
That's just a smart comment.
But no. That's what he's like. I'm not talking about. We'll let everything pan out. It seems like they all knew everything was going to pan out.
It's all worth it, Kevin. Any rings is worth it. That's what I said.
Oh yeah.
Who else were? Oh, we were talking about running backs. If you brought in the Gibbs and he only stayed here for 4 years, maybe 5 with the 5th year option, and then he hits open market and he was that damn good that he's getting a big pay. I'm like, well, I hope we got 2 or 3 Super Bowls in that time, and I don't give a fuck.
Win 4 in a row. Let's screw 3. Let's just win 4.
I just want 1. Can I get 1? Can Dad get 1? Old Dad over here get 1?
For real, I'm begging for 1.
1.
That's all I
Give
need.
Me
1.
I think I'm the
I'm
only
not
one in
even
this chat
going
to
to
watch.
I'm for more than 1, but all I need is 1.
Just
My life
1.
is complete with 1.
This is such a better conversation.
Never thought in my lifetime, like, there for a while you're thinking, oh man, I probably won't see one in my lifetime. I hope my kids do, type shit, And now it's like, oh shit, we might actually get 1. So it's like, I just want that 1. I don't want this Burrow era to pass by, and then we're like, okay, what now?
Yeah, I'm greedy.
I'm not greedy.
I watched them lose all 3 of them, so I need 3 back first.
Give me the 1. Give me the 1.
Remember when we used to be like, can I just win a playoff game?
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't that long ago.
Was 2 years ago, Santori.
We went 25 Super Bowls.
We were
begging for a playoff.
Look how far we've come. Appreciate the time.
Yeah.
I agree.
Hey,
But Dad and I were talking about this on the phone today. He
Hey,
was like,
cheers to that. This is me and Cam.
how far we've
Oh,
come.
Greg's in there.
Hey,
Yeah.
Greg.
Jeff, what you
But-
got?
Don't worry about it.
So Greg posed a question to me the other night, and he said, "Are you not worried about right tackle?" And I talked to Dad about Greg's question, and I said, "No. One, I trust this organization. Two, we have that doomsday that is going to be where everybody has to cut 25 players on their roster in the final cut day of the year, and there's going to be, I don't know how good you are at math, roughly 800
I'm not
free
good at math.
agents available really quick." They'll be able to find a punter and a right tackle between those 800 free agents in the draft. And Dad cut me off and he said, this time last year, we had or 2 years ago, whatever it was, we had one offensive lineman. And now that's the one we're thinking about getting rid of to upgrade.
Right.
He said,
exactly.
I trust the front. If they can come that far in that short period of time, they can
Exactly.
find one more guy this year.
Right.
Yeah. I like Tom here. I was 66. Hey, Tom, I'm 38, brother, but I'm an old 38. Like, I've lived
Hey,
hard. So
Tom,
I ain't
you
gonna
and
live.
me, we watched
I ain't gonna
Blues
live
all
to your
three.
age, probably, and that's okay.
I ain't allowed to
91,
say.
62.
I ain't allowed to say shit, I guess.
Me and Tom watched them lose all three. So yeah.
Yeah, but no, but Santori, we were also talking, I think, during the show. Remember, you said you were satisfied with Jonah Williams at right tackle, but you kind of said you kind of changed your mind a little bit, saying they think they need to block. Because didn't Frank Pollock kind of say it's a hard transition, and he didn't?
Well,
He's
I'm personally okay if he's there, but it doesn't sound like the Bengals anticipate him being super cool about it. So I think it's one of those things that if he's there, it's your worst case scenario. But I don't think that that's the most likely scenario.
oh my god.
Anyways, so I did want to
Look at
say,
Cash
T,
face. He's like, man, y'all nasty.
but T, like his first 3 years in the league, and this is with some injuries and everything, like model of consistency too. And like, what more could you ask for from a guy? 67 catches, 908 yards, 6 touchdowns. That's as a rookie. 74 catches, 1,091 yards, 6 touchdowns. Last year, 74 catches, 1,029 yards, 7 touchdowns. The man is just as...
So you can pencil him in for about 78 receptions, 1,100 yards, and 7 touchdowns next year.
Let's go.
Yeah, maybe 8,
Let's go.
If he plays all the games. If he plays all the games,
Right.
honestly,
That's
he's
what
the
I'm
guy's going to get about 1,200 and about 90 catches. And
Yeah, I was about to say, think about the games where he only played one series and then he had to come out like almost play decoy for the other team.
even 2 years ago, the Cleveland game, when we just set everybody because we already had things wrapped up, that was a whole nother game of stats. Like, it's
Yeah, the
not
only
even
play
just
was
been
Jamar.
injuries.
Or the game, I think it was last year, where he caught a fade down the right sideline and got freaking concussed. He got
Yeah.
freaking blown up and had to get taken out of the game.
That was back-to-back weeks. Because the second time, that next week he got hit. I got pissed off. I was like, stop freaking hitting him in the
That's
head.
what I mean. Even with all that stuff going on, he still put up over 1,000, and 70 some catches basically every year. So I'm just saying, you can see the man easily having a 90 plus catch season and a 1,400 yards with over 10 touchdowns. And that's a receiver too. No, come on now. We just got number 1 receivers here
Yes.
in Cincinnati
All Unos, baby. All Unos.
Yeah.
for sure.
Who's the next
But,
receiver? Because they're going to take one this year, whether it's late or undrafted.
Totally.
Who are they taking?
Can we all talk about Tyler Boyd?
No.
Is it say this
No,
is
we're not talking about Tyler Boyd. No, I'm talking about
Nope.
what Satori said.
sorry.
What do you want to talk about Tyler Boyd, Greg? Stop being so damn mean, Jeff.
Do you think this is last year? Since we brought up receiver, do you think they'll draft one to replace Tyler Boyd after this year?
I think it's probably his last year, and it's not anything personal. I just think that I think his contract for next year, this coming season, is about 10 mil, right? Somewhere around that range. And that's almost a little bit cheap for what he brings to the table when you see what some of these receivers are making. Someone's going to pay him that again. If not, he's not old by any stretch. I don't know if you can afford to pay 3 receivers. I'm not saying he's going to make 20 plus, but once you start getting 10 and above, it becomes a little rough. I'd love for him to stay. The Bengals, I'm sure, would love for him to stay. But for him to stay, it's going to have to be probably $8 million or less, and I don't know if he's willing to take a pay cut.
I was about to say, it reminds me of like the Von Bell and the Hayden Hurst from this year, because as they're approaching the 30, if they can go somewhere else and get $8+ million or more, then they're probably going to let him go. Where if they want to stay here, it's probably going to be 6 or 7.
Right. You know. It's and I'm not going to blame him if he does go.
He's been fantastic. He's been everything you could hope for.
He's been everything we could have hoped for. I mean, I always go back to that play, even though I was pissed off at him for doing it at the time, where his legs were literally given out against Miami, and last game of the year, we're losing. You have a terrible record. You're the number 1 pick in the draft. And he's
trying to lose it or trying to win the game.
he's not thinking to lose.
He's not trying to lose, man.
We were. I was lose.
He puts everything on the line every game. I mean, he's tried to play with broken fingers where bones are coming through, and if he's one of the few guys that if he leaves and chases a bag, I can be like, man, you were here through some absolute tough shit and helped us get to where we are. You fucking deserve it. Go get your bag.
That's why I hope he gets his ring this year, because it would be so much worse and a way tougher conversation if he was sitting here without one next year. And I think even for him, so I don't even want to think that way, because we're going to win it this year, like straight up. We're winning this.
So where do you guys think they're going to draft? They're probably going to draft a wide receiver this year because of that fact. I see the earliest is 3rd round, maybe 4th round. What are you guys thinking?
Same deal.
Yeah, it needs the return ability.
Right, yes.
My guess is they're going to take a shot at like a diamond in the rough, 4th or 5th round. If it pans out, great. If not, and Tyler Boyd leaves, well, there's a draft and free agency next year.
Right.
But if they can get one cheap and it pans out and they look like geniuses, awesome. If not, we'll take our shot extending Tyler Boyd cheap. If not, then I'll draft one in the 2nd or 3rd round next year, and it's not going to cost me anything.
So we're saying tank Dale, so Dale can get the jersey.
Yeah.
No, I mean he's old. He's older. Like I got concerns with him.
He's at 25, isn't he?
But nobody should tell me anything.
He'll be 25 once.
Yeah, he'll be turning 25.
Okay.
But what about you, Cam? And to me, I'll just go since Santori went, and then we'll keep going around. But I just think it'll be one of those that's like, if the right guy's there at the right time. Other than that, I could see with only 7 picks right now. Now, if we do a trade like we talked about earlier in the episode, then I think it'd be easier to fit in for sure a wide receiver. Because if not, you can always go into next year and be looking again if you don't plan on having Boyd. But what do you think, Cam, and what rounds?
If we was to get a receiver, I think I agree. I think it'll be like around 4th or 5th. See if they can get someone that has like maybe high upside or someone that can perhaps add value to the return game or something like that. And then, like you said, if it doesn't work, then you can always double back next year and make it a priority then. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't see Tyler Boyd being able to stay on the roster when you have to pay, Jamar as well, Joe as well, and some other key guys as well that you want to keep as your core. Unfortunately, it's hard to have, even though he's not old per se, but football, you hit the age around close to 30, then they look at you kind of sideways. So it's going to be hard to keep him as a core of the group as a 30-year-old there. So, that's how I feel about it, honestly.
So one thing, maybe Satori or Dale, you guys can answer this question for me. Is next? I know this year's wide receiver class isn't that great. I think next year's is supposed to be pretty good. Is that true?
I mean, I'd have to look again. It's been a while.
I don't even know what's in this year's class.
I kind of heard that somewhere that next year's is better because this year's is it's all right. But
next year is going to have Marvin Harrison, right?
Right.
Yeah. But I mean, maybe top end wise, but that's the thing. Depth is when we're gonna, right. I don't know the depth of it.
We're picking last in the 1st round next year. So.
But like we'll put up there Jonathan Mingo, and I have a huge crush on him. So I've been saying that, and I moved him way up because I'm putting my final rankings out. I know Dane Brugler put his, but now I'm doing mine.
Well,
Like
who's more realistic, right? Dale or Dane Brugler?
Who's Jonathan Mingo?
from Ole Miss, 6'2",
I didn't know he is.
220. Ran a
I tell you guys,
4.46.
I have not paid too much
Ran
attention
a
this year.
4.46. Played well in the Senior Bowl. Showed a little better hands route running than I thought maybe he had at Ole Miss in the Senior Bowl. And I'm moving him all the way up to like third round. He was like fourth, fifth, sixth round. I'm moving him up to like solid third rounder. Like if we picked him, now he's not a return guy. That's the only thing. That's like what I kind of want a little more with the receiver. But this is a guy who could play outside in the future, in my opinion, and allow Chase to play more naturally as a slot receiver.
I was gonna say, can I tell you my dream scenario? They get one more guy that's a bigger body, and you can put Chase wherever you want.
Yeah.
Right.
That would be my thought with this Mingo, especially if he is there. Let's say in the end of the fourth round. Like shit, man, I would be ecstatic.
Well, the other thing is, I think return is a priority too, because you got to get that's got to improve on this team, and I think that is going to be something that we've said here in this broadcast, that wide receiver plus returner. So those are the ones that they'll be looking at, I think.
Yeah, I'm not that too high on Kayshawn, honestly.
Booty.
But Greg, did you have thoughts on? I don't remember what we were talking about. We get sidetracked so much.
Well, Dale, you know what was funny is, remember in the group chat I texted. Remember, I just happened to watch the combine, and there's that guy Matt Landers and all that.
Yeah, ran a 4.3 something.
Out of Arkansas, 6'3", ran like a 4. He ran like a 4.3. I remember I told you about him. You're like, man, because you even said you have to look this guy up because he great height, great speed, played in the SEC. He checked as a late round guy, but I just thought that was very interesting. Yeah, I just happened to see this guy, and they're visiting with him.
I didn't bring the Beast, the draft guide home, but I need to look him up and see what Dane has about him because I never did go back and watch him.
Well, and Dale, there's also another receiver that caught my interest too. That kid from Princeton, they met with him too. Do you know anything about him?
Andre Iosovas, yeah, he's another guy with some speed and stuff, and I think he's going to be solid. He's from Princeton, so he's obviously got some brains. I think he was at the Senior Bowl. I think he had a solid week that week too.
So Dale, how long did it take you to read The Beast? Did you stay up all night and read it?
No, come on, man. I haven't read it all. Like I've been trying to highlight a little here and there. Yeah, bro, it's gonna take forever to.
I figured you just jumped on it and just read it like from page cover to cover.
No, but I am gonna have that when we do our big draft marathon. Which
I'm still reading The Beast from 2019. I ain't got done yet.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
There's this kid named Burrow that's supposed to be coming out the next year. It looks pretty good. That's what I'm reading. Yeah,
never heard of him.
Well, that's like I'm
like a jackpot.
I'm into the quarterbacks, just trying to highlight some stuff. That way, when Jeff and I's on that first round, I'll have something to talk about for some of these guys that I'm like, I haven't put too much thought into the top quarterbacks of this class because I'm like, that's not a Bengals need. So now I got to go and reevaluate these guys more.
We got to know a little bit about everything now.
So that's what I'm trying to hit now a little more.
I'm looking at Lander's RAS score, and it's pretty good if you haven't looked it up yet.
Which actually,
well, he's 6'4" and ran a 4.3, so that alone is going to get you a pretty high RAS score.
So this was his unofficial. It was a 9.92. He had a vertical jump of 37, a broad jump of 10.1. I mean, 10-yard split was in the 90th percentile, 20-yard split 90th percentile, 40-yard dash 95th percentile. He's a freak.
Yeah. Don't know how good he is on the field, because somebody kind of that I hadn't really heard of, but maybe he's really good. I don't know.
You know who has heard of him? Surprisingly?
Yeah.
My dad.
What?
Your dad?
I called Dad. I was like, yeah, they brought some Matt Landers kid in. He goes, oh, that freak kid from Arkansas? No,
yeah, he probably watched the combine, man.
I said, no, he didn't. He watched him torch UC, and he remembered who he was. He's
so that's how he
that guy.
You had to bring that up, didn't you, Santori? You had to bring that up.
He said that guy was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, he was.
So, Matt, drop your Xavier Hutchinson full scouting report in the chat, and I'll read it off. Same thing for you, Westish. Drop the Andre Iosovich, and I'll read them off.
Dale, if you want me to, you want me to read you Matt Landers stats from this year?
Yeah, buddy.
I got him too.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. You found it. You brought it up.
901 yards, 19.2 average, 8 TDs. Last year, 20 receptions, 514, average 25.7, 5 TDs. So, I mean, and didn't really do anything in 2020. Did play in 2019. 10 receptions, 105, and 1 TD. So every year, man, he kept going up.
But you said this year had a 19 point something average. I mean, that shows that they use him like a deep threat, and that's exactly what. And I would love another deep threat. And that's the thing; it doesn't seem like he's projected to go high.
Well,
but I say, listen, you're 6'4", and you can run a 4.3. Run, boy! You run down there. Joe's gonna throw as freaking far as he can.
Now
catches some bitch.
Now
I want another deep threat on the team.
203 pounds light for a guy that's 6'5", or no?
Yeah,
AJ Green was about the same.
Okay, perfect enough. Well, that explained everything that I needed to hear.
Tee
AJ
Higgins
is also rare. AJ is rare too.
Well, Tee Higgins isn't the heaviest receiver; he's just tall.
Right.
But no, looking at Landers, he only had one game where he was blanked. Receptions were 3, 4, 7, 1, 2, 0, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 3. So I mean, he's mainly a deep threat because everything looks like it's 3 or 4 catches a game.
Yeah.
And it's 43, 45, 120, 19, 30, 0, 100, 100, 100, 70, 40, 80, 120. He's all or nothing.
Well, Santori, is that fit the guy that you said that we need to give us one more big body guy to help out with Chase?
I don't know. I want somebody a little thicker than 200. Okay.
No,
I'm not saying I need DK Metcalf, but I would like somebody with some thickness to it. You said that Mingo kid was 220?
Yeah.
That's
6'2",
closer.
6'2", 220.
That's closer to what I'm talking about.
Santori, look up the Princeton kid that visited.
What, Jeff?
So where's Mingo projected to go?
I think a lot of people's 4th, 5th round. Like I said, I moved him up beyond that.
I mean that's right around where I think the
4th to 6th round. I've seen him like.
Yeah.
Landers is supposed to be even a 7th round pick, but where's the Princeton kid supposed to be at? Does he have a round or?
I'm looking right now. I've got his combine profile at NFL.com.
Yeah, I've seen him as like 5th, 6th round.
He looks like a fucking nerd.
Well, he went to Princeton.
Docking him down. Fucking nerd.
He's out. He's out. You look at that nerd, you're out.
From Hawaii. All right. Getting better.
All right.
So he's a nerd from Hawaii.
He's got a hell of a jawline. I'll give him that.
Just grading guys off their looks now, huh?
Yeah. Santori, I like his jawline.
Hey, I want to also mention a happy birthday to Joseph Osai.
Yes, sir.
So, and on Wikipedia it says his birthday's tomorrow. The Bengals said happy birthday to him today. I don't know which one. Maybe it is tomorrow, but they're saying happy birthday today because they're dropping the T news tomorrow.
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe. It's just me speculating.
I like Joseph Osai even better now because me and him celebrate the same birthday week. So, we celebrate April babies. We celebrate the whole month, the whole week, all that.
But do you guys know how old he's turning today or tomorrow? Whenever
23.
23. The man, there is so many players in this draft that are already 23 and 24 years
I saw
old.
that. 4 or 5 people older than him and coming into the draft.
Tons of them.
Yeah,
that's because of COVID years. They all stayed in college longer.
But I mean, he come out at an earlier age too. That's what I'm just saying. He was already starting to ball last year. I just think he's going to be an absolute freak.
Telling you, what we saw at the end of the year, I think this year's gonna be good.
What's going on, Cam?
No, looking at the comments, man.
Which one? That he has a fake birth certificate?
Yes, I just know, coaching in Little League football, that stuff really happens. It just really cracked me up with the fake birth certificate.
Danny Almonte, that little pitcher that was striking everybody out. They found out he was like 13 or 14 years old.
Oh, yeah, it was Danny Almonte.
Yeah.
I remember that. I'll never forget that. Yeah, fake his birth certificate. So I'm sorry.
Never heard from him.
I was like something on my face, one of those like. Yeah, punters, those stranger, I ain't worried about a punter being 25. Like, those guys can play to their 45.
Yeah, you're not allowed to touch those guys.
Yeah.
Now, Dustin's saying, see, man, I got on this clip. I don't know if I want to or not, but now that clip's out there.
Chugga.
It was how I could be convinced to be on the Gibbs train.
All right, we have a scouting report from Matt Lawless.
Uh-oh.
But I wanted to say he's on the Kincaid train. So Let's talk about Kincaid first, then we'll get to Matt's scouting report for Xavier Hutchinson. So Kincaid, which also that was the next thing I was going to talk about, but I'll mention it now. Top 30 visit. The Bengals brought him in for a top 30 visit and met with him at the combine. So him and Emmanuel Forbes are the only two that we know they met with both of those guys in those situations about. Now, I know we've talked that I don't know if this is Santori's frustration or not, but that Kincaid is 24, and then the back stuff. I don't know how serious the back stuff is. That's for team doctors and everybody to figure out. But the dude is a freak when it comes to catching the football. So, I mean, would I be mad if he was our pick? No, because I think he provided a different element. Now, with the 3 receivers we have, and we like to throw to the running back quite a bit, how much are you going to be able to utilize him in this current offense this season? I also don't know. But I want to mention him. Santori, you seem like you're flustered.
Seems upset.
He's not Kincaid.
He's not choo-chooing him.
I know.
This is anti-choo-choo.
He wants to put him on the train tracks and run his ass over.
What's the deal with Kincaid here?
He's old and he's broken. Next.
Thank you, Santori.
All right.
I'm not saying he doesn't have a chance. I'm not saying that he won't be a great player. He very well could be. But if you want to go off more than enough data that we have collected over the last 200 years of football, once you pass the age of like 22 and a half and you have significant back injury, I mean, you're looking at Tyler Eifert 2.0. He's going to be great when he's there.
That's what I said.
I don't want to sign up for a player.
You guys
that's
build
not
the bunk
play.
beds. Build the bunk beds, you two.
I can't stand players that miss time. And that's not a knock on them in any way. It's just the fact of the matter is when someone misses time, that means I got to pay 2 guys to do one thing, and the guy that actually is performing is a lot worse than the guy that was supposed to be performing. So I'm paying 2 people to do one job, and it's getting halfway done. And it's like, it's just a waste. No thanks.
All right, Greg.
It's enough for me to pass.
Greg, we know how Santori feels. Do you have any feelings on Kincaid?
You know what? A funny story. We were at Mike. Santori was really I think he was trying to piss me off. We were talking about Gronk and all that. And Santori does not agree Gronk's the best tight end.
You're on vacation, Jeff.
Bullshit was my idea. Going on vacation, whatever.
Oh, okay. But how I feel about Gronk being the best tight end. Santori doesn't actually necessarily agree with me 100%. I kind of almost left the restaurant because
all right, what about Kincaid, Greg? What about Kincaid?
The thing with Kincaid is, like he said with Hurt, Kincaid has injury issues and all that, like Gronk does and all that. You know, he's great when healthy. I'm not going to go throw a hissy fit, but still, I think we can do better.
Okay. So, Kim, you want to read the scouting report for us from Matt for Xavier Hutchinson, wide receiver? I think he's out of Iowa State.
Okay, it looks like Hutchinson doesn't use his athletic ability to beat defenders. He just does it by outsmarting defenders. Still, he's a 4.53 guy, so he's not slow. He's been consistent throughout his career at Iowa
State. I know he didn't play at Iowa because they don't ever throw the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta look more. Honestly, I have to look more into Hutchinson.
He's
really
mid to me. He's just mid. He just seems mid. Like he wouldn't excite me.
That's what it screams to me. I mean, but I'm not gonna call him mid because I don't.
He was productive.
I don't know, but
he was productive. Like best case, he would be able to replace Boyd here in a year. You know, that's what the hope would be.
But I mean, like Santori said, this is where you can maybe, later in the rounds, maybe, the third day, you can take a flyer on a guy that maybe you think has some potential that can fill that spot. And if it don't work out, you can always follow up the next year for the agency or the draft.
All right. Well, we never got our other scouting report in yet. We got Jerome here with a question about Higgins from Stanford, Elijah Higgins. Now, a lot of people talk about the other guy who's been injured a lot, Michael Wilson. Michael Wilson's been training with Hoosh out in Cali.
I like him.
I don't know who either of those
I like
two
Hoosh
people are.
too. I like Hoosh was out a lot. I think
Yeah. No, Higgins is good. Higgins is solid too, but both guys are kind of projected to be 5th, 6th round, a little later guys, but wouldn't hate on either of them. I think Chandler has upside. He's just been or Wilson or whatever the fuck his name is. Honestly,
I'm starting to feel like my dad. I don't know who any of these guys are.
Fucking fireball starting to hit. Boys.
It's a fireball starting to hit, boys.
Take another drink.
You gotta take another swig there. That always helps out.
Yeah. Starting to hit. Let's level it out.
Mm-hmm.
Dale's on the fireball train.
Choo choo.
Choo choo.
But I did want to talk about some of the visits.
Okay.
Charlie Jones, another guy, yeah, with some speed from Purdue. So we mentioned Kincaid. We already got the feelings there about that one. But he just recently came in for a top 30 visit, and they met with him at the Combine. And I got a lot of these from Willie Lutz on Twitter. It's now pinned to his thing, and he's going to update it throughout. So I want to shout out Willie.
He's going to be on my show today, too. Are you coming on?
Yeah, well,
DeJuan Jones, which, I mean, he had that one, but I don't know. Did he already come in? When's he coming in? I don't know that.
I mean, there's a photo with him and Willie Anderson that looked like at the precinct from like a month ago.
Okay.
He may have already been here.
He might have been one of their early.
where is it?
I don't know, on Twitter. Go find it.
God damn it, Sam.
Greg.
Damn it.
Man, that got like you all excited. Where is it?
Yeah.
Where's the Holy Grail?
Well, I've been looking for it, damn it, and you're just now acting like it's no big deal. God, I gotta look for it myself.
Tori, it does not take much to get Greg excited, okay?
Yeah,
No.
it doesn't.
Okay. On that note, I'm gonna jump off here. All right, wait, I got to go get some stuff.
Loser.
If you're still on, I'll jump back on.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Quitter.
I got another show.
They don't care about us anymore. But I was going to say
It's a great song by Michael Jackson.
Emmanuel Forbes, who we mentioned also. That is a guy who everybody loves. The issue is obviously the weight, which if he's putting on some weight, that's good. We met but another guy we met at Combine and top 30 visit. I don't know if he's in town right now. Greg, if he is, you might be at the precinct later, Greg.
I'll go camp out there myself.
We got boots on the ground. So we've mentioned him before, but we'll start with you, Cam. Thoughts on Emmanuel Forbes? You want him at 28? You want to trade down? You good with taking him at 28?
Yeah, I'm good with him at 28. If the board presents itself that way and he's the best player on the board that they feel, I will take him at 28. He's a playmaker. Like I said, I know he's light, but I mean, like I said, I want a playmaker that if they get their hands on the ball, they're gonna catch it and can possibly go the other way for 6. That's game changing stuff. So
he's not scared to hit. Small, but he's not scared to hit.
No, that's what I'm saying. He ain't scared at all. He'll stick his nose in too. Yeah, so I'll take him at 28. Absolutely.
So I'll give you a few before I toss it to Greg, and then Greg, if you want to answer, same. So Forbes or Cansey?
Cansey.
Cansey
if you will.
Centauri. See, Centauri he's gonna make it too difficult.
Yeah, I know.
This is a rapid fire.
Yeah.
Cansey.
Okay. Mayer or Forbes?
Forbes.
Mayor.
Mayer or Forbes, Cam?
Mayer or Forbes?
Yeah, Michael Mayer or Forbes. We're 1-1 now. You're the tiebreaker on this one.
Mayer.
Thank you, Cam.
Mayer. I'm going Mayer.
This is how he does, Santori. This is how he does on this show. And then if Cam don't agree with him on something, he's like, "Fuck you, Cam." And then Cam agrees with him, he's like, "Yeah, Cam, yeah, thank you."
He knows
But
that.
it changes like this. But
Yeah, he does.
Cam's used to it.
okay, Forbes or Darnell Wright?
Right.
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 Forbes or DeJuan Jones?
Jones. I have no problem saying that.
What'd you say, Cam?
or Forbes, 110%.
Forbes.
God damn it.
See, I
Greg,
told
it's not
you.
Greg. It's not a competition.
There you
It's
go.
an opinion.
I'm kidding.
I just trust Forbes at his position more than I do DeJuan Jones with his diet at the moment.
No, in all seriousness, Forbes, I'm not really for taking a cornerback 28, but seeing this video, I don't care. They say he has problems tackling. The fact that that guy is willing to tackle, that's in my book. I'm not going
But that is the opposite ends of the spectrum, right? This one needs to add weight. This one needs to potentially lose weight.
Yeah.
And I would take them both in rounds 1 and 2 back to back. Forbes and then get Jones. Let him slide to 60. I would love that. But one last one. Shit, if I remember who it was. Oh yeah, Brzee or Forbes.
Who's Brzee?
Brian Brzee, the D tackle from Clemson.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
Because you guys said Cansey, but would you take them Brzee? Because I mean they're different players.
I thought it
they
was
were D tackles.
I thought it was Breesy. Okay.
However you want to say it, Greg. They said how the top 2 ways you pronounce the name is not even how you say it. So I'm sure my way is wrong.
Okay.
You could be correct.
This is going to be tough, but I'm going to go Brzee just because I value pass rusher more than corner and all that. I mean, nothing against Forbes. I'm going to say Brzee.
That one tough for me. I like Forbes a lot. But I would have to go Brzee. I would have to, like I said, my whole thing this whole time, me being on this show at 3:30 was get Mahomes on the ground, so I can't go against that now.
Thank you, Cam.
Yeah,
He's back liking me again.
Right. Don't worry, give him 5 minutes, Cam.
Just give me 5 minutes, Cam. We'll find something.
So Brzee, Rowdy's our Clemson guy. He said did he play a lot of DN? Do they run a 3-4? Is that? I thought he played some D tackle and still didn't live up to his full potential. What I saw, but Rowdy would know more than me, I guess. Maybe I'm cracked out. No one will ever stop him. He has so much speed and explosiveness with massive power. He is 6'5", 300 pounds. There's a lot to like with Brzee. I mean, he was I think he was the number 1 recruit on some services coming out of high school the year he came out, which doesn't always pan out and mean shit, but you know what I mean. It means the talent's there at one point. So moving on to some other visits. Miles Murphy, because this is one that I know my boy Cam was not as high on as the rest of draft Twitter. I'd be cool with him. But I know KJ Henry, which Rowdy could give us some info on this one too, because that's another Clemson boy. But Miles Murphy to me, but I understood what you were saying, Cam. I don't ever hate on other people's opinion, and I don't think you're wrong. I really don't think you're wrong that he's more of an effort guy so far than he is oh man, can't miss pass rusher. But he's got the skills that I think he could get better and better. And he ran a 4.5, but I would almost gamble on his upside, but the concerns are real. And I'll start with you and then kick it around to these guys about Miles Murphy because he's coming in on a top 30 visit.
Yeah, I mean, I understand it's a realistic possibility for us to draft him. If we draft him, I'll support him. I just feel like he's very, very raw. Doesn't really use his hands very much. When I look at film, he's just kind of engaging with blockers first, head on, and then he'll maybe his effort is top notch. So that's what's getting him by, and he's a supreme athlete. But when you have technicians at tackle in the NFL, how much is that gonna get you by? How much is that gonna propel you to be able to play at a high level in the NFL? And that's my question. Obviously, Marion Hobby could do a great job teaching some things, get his bag up for sure. But right now, I just feel like his tools are his tool bag is very limited, and he's more effort than anything. I got, for me personally, I got a 3rd round grade on.
Woo!
Hey,
I would say it's a hot take, but I don't know. I mean, everything you say isn't wrong. That's what I'm and for him, he'd be lucky to go to somebody like Marion Hobby.
Yeah.
Because if he don't, he could be the next Cleveland Farrell if he's drafted in the top 20 or whatever. Like, I still can't believe Cleveland Farrell went 4th or whatever it was to the Raiders that year.
I mean,
Yeah, he should have been in the 20s.
Well, no, that helped get Jonah that year, believe it or not.
Yeah. Which Jonah was still a better pick than Devin Bush that the
No, he was.
Steelers traded up for. But Greg, you got any thoughts on Miles Murphy?
I believe it was Joe Goodberg that posted this. The reason why he's falling down is because his pass rush win rate is not that great or something. I read.
He's running right in the blocks. It can't be win. It can't be high.
Right.
He can't win.
So Cam, I think you're onto something right here.
Will cracking me up here. You're about to get a DM from Miles Murphy.
Hey, Cam, you're about to get-
long as it turned out like Willie's and I can get him on my podcast, I'll take it. I'll take that win.
You're going to get lucky.
I'm just going to start talking shit about people, try to get them on my podcast at the end of the day.
Yeah,
it wasn't even talking shit. That's the thing.
Look, if Marion Hobby wants him, I'm not going to question that at all. So, but
I'm
no,
not question anything the Bengals do. I'm just saying, from what I've seen.
No, and Cam. Cam,
So Rowdy's talking about Henry. Rowdy, we need your opinion on Miles Murphy. We're talking Miles Murphy. We're not high on Miles Murphy.
Yeah. Santori, Miles Murphy. Uh-oh.
Santori, you ready to cook or
I
you're getting ready to poop? I can't tell.
I have one thing to say about Miles Murphy.
What's that?
I know nothing about him.
Well, that
Well,
problem solved.
Can't be controversial if you do that.
No.
See, Rowdy agrees.
Yeah, and this is a Clemson guy through and through right here. Murphy's a risk.
I just watched about a 30-second highlight tape of him today with like 4 plays on it, just a couple clips. He didn't seem overly fast on tape.
Right. Especially not when you're a 4-5 guy. That explosiveness doesn't translate.
He did not seem like he got off blocks super well. And this is literally going off of 4 plays that I saw today, and these were highlights, mind you. He seemed to be pretty aware of where the ball was. He seemed to be, I'm not going to say relentless because that's too good of a compliment, but he chased after it when he had to. I mean, he didn't give up on the play. I'll give him that. But there wasn't, I mean, they put together like 4 or 5 plays and it was all like, hey, if you haven't watched him yet, this is who he is. And I'm like, oh, well, I could have done that. Ugh.
All right, so Miles Murphy's off the board. You heard it here first.
And that like I said, I only seen 4 plays, but
to me, that's probably why the Bengals are bringing him in for a closer look, right? Because it's like, here's a guy who's supposed to be a top 15 talent coming into the season, especially.
Yeah, I just
and it's like they want to see what he's built of, what he's made of, and they're probably seeing the same things on tape that, and they're like, is there anything to work with here? You know, Marion Hobby probably wants to meet him in person to.
And then one of the great plays on this highlight tape, I think we need to have a conversation with people that make highlights so that they understand what a highlight for your guy is and a piss poor decision on the offense is. There was a play that he was completely out of because it was a sprint protection right. The quarterback fled, rolled right, went to throw back across his body, and the ball almost hit him in the head as he was just trailing the play. And he just got a hand up and knocked it down. I was like, oh, well, you threw it right in his fucking face. Like, great.
Oh, man, breaking news, guys. The Cardinals worked out former Bengals tight end Drew Sample. Oh, no, guys, the Cardinals might sign Drew Sample.
Thank you,
I would be so devastated if that happened.
So
I thought we were going to bring him back for $20 million per season because he is so amazing.
Better alert Derek.
You know you're going to miss Sample, man.
Yeah, they ain't going to sign him. They worked him out. They ain't going to sign him. They got an up-close view of what he is. Sorry, that was mean. I tried to be mean. But anyways, so Moving on, Mekhi Gardner, top 30 visit. I think coming up. Corner out of LSU. Anybody got any opinions on that?
I have a question, and this is where I'm going to be dumb. This is where I will show my ignorance. What in God's name is the difference between a visit and a top 30 visit?
Top 30 visit, they come to Cincinnati. The Bengals have been weird about how they use those because I feel like they use about half of them on guys they are actually interested in drafting, and they use the other half on guys they want to bring in as undrafted free agents.
Okay, because I thought it was like someone you anticipated going in the top 30 picks. I had no idea what it was. I've never looked into it.
You get top 30 to bring into your facility to evaluate and spend a day with and whatever.
Okay. Otherwise, are they like virtual visits, or you go see them? Or
you virtual visits, or you can go on their campus or to their pro days.
So the Bengals are allowed to bring in 30 guys, any 30 they want, to bring in to them.
And some of them they've drafted in the past, even as
because I was like, this Mekhi Gardner guy you just mentioned has like a 3rd to 5th round grade. Why the hell would they bring him in?
Well, because they think, to me, and that's some of it too. Okay, here's a mid-round guy we're not sure on, or if there's medical concerns, maybe you want your doctors to come in and put them through a physical. You want to get a closer look at them for one reason or another. So that's when they don't bring people in. Sometimes that's a good thing. Like they didn't have Dax Hill in for one last year.
No,
because they knew, okay, here's who he is. He's clean, medical's clean, everything's clean. They already had what they needed.
Okay. That makes
sense. DeJuan Jones, why they would bring him in.
Because he's fat.
Because they don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah.
Dalton Kincaid, well, the back stuff, right? You'd want to bring
broken.
him in. Emmanuel Forbes, he weighed in at 163.
Because if he turns sideways, he falls through the floor cracks.
Miles Murphy, why would you bring him in?
Because he sucks. Come at me, Miles.
I wasn't going to go that far, but
we're in the same city now. Let's go.
So another one, Zach Evans, running back. He can't block, man. Like Sands posted some stuff the other day. He can't block and he can't catch the ball.
I saw that.
Can't block, can't catch, can't block, can't catch, can't run. He's doing great.
I want to know.
No, he's not bad running the ball, but
can't read, can't write, can't state. Let's go.
So, and then Tyler Lacey, which I need to look at more at him. And then he's a D tackle. And then Xavion Valade was a guy I'd never heard of till like this week or last week, whenever that reported visit was. He's a running back.
Ugh.
Yeah, he's a running back, but he's like going to be 25 or something.
Yeah, he's like almost retired. Like, we're trying to move on from Mixon because he's got too much going on, and this guy's just as old. Yay!
So
let's draft guys with a shelf life of 4 years when they're already 4 years into their career.
It's really hard to get much of an idea from these visits, basically. But, I mean, it does show, okay, we're still interested in guys like, to me, DeJuan Jones, Kincaid, Forbes, Murphy at 28. We would be interested in them depending how these visits go.
It sounds like they're bringing in Kincaid to check out his medicals.
Yeah. Most likely.
Sounds like they're bringing in DeJuan Jones to check out his OBI.
And any other concerns?
I don't have any other concerns with DeJuan
I don't know
Jones
the name, Chris,
but
yes, I heard that too. William and Mary, a guy who like 91 PFF grade. So a D2 guy from William and Mary, offensive tackle, 6'5", 305. That even Brian Baldinger did a thing on and like praised him. So
what about the
Sarsdale or something like that?
Sarsdale, that looks like a freaking medication for.
Yeah, he's only behind Cody Mock or Mott or Mach, however you want to fucking say his name.
Dale, what about the UCLA quarterback they're meeting with?
Oh, yeah, Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Ran a 4.5. They met with Aiden O'Connell as well.
Brett Hundley 2.0? Yeah, sure.
No, I just think, like, to me, and
I thought you had your own show.
Yeah.
He had to get beer. He put it in the private chat. He had
Quitter?
to get beer.
What?
Quitter?
No, I just started.
You said you have your own show.
I do. So do you. So actually, so does everybody on the show. They all have their own show. What's your point?
We thought you were.
We're just the
Oh my
slut show.
God.
Somebody said today, how many co-hosts you have now? 6 or 7? I was like, well, me and Derek are still the main hosts. They're just, they don't ever host.
I am not a host.
These guys are my hosts. My other hosts.
I am here to scream at
Hosts
people.
or hosts?
Doesn't matter. We go on the show and we have fun.
I prefer Hostess cakes.
There you go.
That's where I'm at.
What the fuck?
Oh, for sure, Parker. But that's like, some people have O'Connell all the way as like a 4th, 5th round quarterback. Aiden O'Connell.
Wait, we met with Dale. Who's he? Did we meet with him?
Brought to you by Bucky's.
What, Greg?
You said we met with. So who's O'Connell? Is this a quarterback? Another quarterback?
Purdue quarterback. Yeah, we met with him already as well.
God, we need one of them like we need a hole in the head.
No. Where did he come out of? What school is he from?
Purdue.
Oh, okay.
Purdue.
This pissed me off.
Who wants a cinnamon beaver nugget?
What happened with Jeff just now?
He's getting pissed off. I don't know.
He got pissed off at something.
Look at his Bud Light can.
I don't know. Yeah, Parker said, I don't think I've ever seen Derek on here. He's a fictional co-host. No Jero, he's not real.
Derek is the Dove Climate of the show.
Go ahead, Grip. Get your pizza.
Fucking beer. Fucking open it.
Can't open his beer. Okay.
That's what happens after you've had a few too many.
I didn't know what he was mad about. You all right? No, you don't have to. Yeah, you just said this pissed me off, and you got up and
The damn thing wouldn't open. I mean, I know I'm like doing light, calorie beer to lose weight, but now that like they make it really hard to open it up, you can't drink it at all.
You know what'll help you lose weight more than light
if you
calorie
can't
beer
open
is
it,
water.
if you can't open it,
you can't any weight.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So combine visits, which is different, you can have more of those. They met with tons of guys there.
Like 25 tight ends.
Brzee, Michael Mayer. I'm just going to list names. Michael Mayer, Brzee, Julius Brent, Skirvin Dexter, Nolan Smith, Clark Phillips, Keely Ringo, Keandre Coburn, Laporta, Washington, Wiley, Charbonnet, Gibbs.
We're taking 2 tight ends.
Garrett Williams, Darnell Wright, Ivan Pace Jr., Parker Washington, Richard Gorridge. So that's some of the names they met with at the combine. I'm sure there's some others that haven't been reported, but that's.
Did you say Dick Gorge?
Yep, Dick Gorge, Richard Gorridge.
You want to dick yourself in gorges? I don't know.
Yeah, that's what happened. Jeff's losing so much weight he had to have his wife open his beer.
I know. No, I got a glove.
You got no muscle left.
I don't. I use it all.
Dick Gorge.
Dick Gorge.
That could be your new nickname, Ice.
Why's it gotta be my nickname?
I
It's
don't know.
Santori's the one that said it.
Santori put anything as a nickname.
Yeah, that is true.
I got meatload to get.
Santori is his nickname. Santori's not even his real name.
Santori's not even his real name.
Here's a secret: Coach Cam is not his real name. It's not actually Coach. It's not on the birth certificate.
But he's actually a coach.
No,
Spoiler
once
alert.
you've been called coach, once you are called coach the rest of your life, that title does not leave you.
So you're Coach Santori?
You're absolutely right. Like everyone calls me that. Like it don't leave you at all.
I coached 7 years. It's still coach.
Yeah, I coached junior high track for a few years. This has been a while ago. And I seen some of those kids out at a bar like 6-7 years ago. That's how old I'm getting, by the way. And they're like, "Hey, coach." I'm like, "Hey, remember you from junior high? I'm really fucking old."
Did you get drunk with him?
No. I was already drunk and I was leaving. But yeah. So we've been at it for about an hour and a half, boys. I appreciate it.
I'm tired.
I say we do what I still got a lot of fucking stuff we can do. We haven't done a mock draft in a while. We might have to do this again tomorrow. Get us a mock draft in. I know Crypt Keeper's dying for one. He just hates when we don't do a mock draft. And maybe we'll have the official Tee Higgins because I still think it's coming.
That's happening at 5:30 today.
Hey, as long as it happens, I don't give a shit when it happens.
I don't care.
I want it before the regular season starts.
Me too.
The
So you
sooner
do
the
get-
better, so it's locked up, it's done.
So you do care when it happens then?
Well, yeah, a little bit.
As long as it's before the season, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to stress over it like,
I didn't give a shit that the Browns signing happened at 10:30, man. I was still up.
Greg, chew with your mouth closed.
Oh, yeah, we're going to drop them.
I'm going to talk now that I just shoved more shit in my mouth. Jesus,
What?
Greg.
Why would you eat on a podcast, especially someone else's?
Yeah, tell him, Santori.
Exactly.
Corey, why would you eat on a podcast?
Because I'm good at it.
So am I. Look at
Bro.
I'm the wrong guy.
All right, Coach Cam, I'm going to let you out of here first because these maniacs. So tell the people where to find you, and I know you're going to be dropping some fire bets coming up for people to check.
Yeah, I
out,
just
too.
posted them on Twitter. Follow Timeout with Cam. Last night went 3-1.
Make you some money, people.
Yeah, winning some money today. We are 0-1 with the no run first inning, but I'm dropping 3 more. They're out there. Follow Timeout with Cam and Timeout with Coach Cam on YouTube. Hit subscribe, like all that good stuff. Peace.
See you, brother.
See you later, y'all.
See you, Cam.
Bye.
Love that guy.
My
A lot more than you guys.
What?
He's just cooler than you guys.
That's true.
I mean, yeah.
And he waits his turn to talk.
That's Greg's fault.
Oh, I'm terrible about that.
Jeff, you coming pretty hot today yourself.
I have
Jeff,
no idea
you-
what you're talking about.
Fine, bro.
That's why I
Jeff just
started laughing.
jumped on here and he's like, I can't open my fucking beer and left.
That's why I started laughing at you. You're getting so frustrated. You're like, everybody shut up. I'm trying to read his comment.
I try to have smooth running. It's not always possible when you got everybody excited.
Let's do a mock draft.
It's 5 o'clock, man.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Let's do a mock draft.
You guys can do it. I got a show in like a half hour.
I would have to freak a leak. Don't tempt me. I'll do it. I'll pee and I'll come back.
Or we could just do one on my show at 5:30. You guys want to?
I'm not against that.
Jeff, you didn't send me a link.
I can send you one.
Jeff,
Dude,
you didn't send me a
literally-
link.
I told you I woke up at like 2:00 and I'm
All right, we're doing a mock draft, and if you want to do one on your show after, we will. But I'm going to pee because the guys in the chat, Parker wants a mock draft. Crip always wants a mock draft. And Jerome wants a mock draft.
I want a
say
mock
no.
draft.
And Santori wants a mock draft.
I'm going to go get another Mountain Dew. I'm feeling frisky.
All right.
I'm getting diabetes tonight. Let's
I'm
go.
going to pee.
you just kick Cam out and we're gonna keep going. I see how you guys are. Hi, Greg. How are
Hey,
you?
Sean, how you been doing, buddy?
Good, man. Nice to see you. I missed you.
So, Sean, let's stop this out, buddy.
What's up?
Sorry about the wild mic thing. Next time, you're invited. Look, I'm
It was
invited.
my idea.
Then why do you go to Florida, you jerk?
Because I had it planned way before we planned to go to the
Hey,
Wild
Sean,
Bikes.
I got the Mike's Mixed Medium, and it was kick-ass, bro. But no, you still
It
need
is.
to come on. Me and Pork Chop, we've all agreed. We're going to Midwest Barbecue next time. You're coming. It's probably going to be on a Wednesday. You're coming, right?
Yeah, maybe. Just let me know what date.
Yeah, but that depends when Pork Chop's going to be available, which Wednesday, because that works for Kieran, and Santori's off on Wednesdays. I'm just tired of posting stuff, and everybody's like, oh, where's my invite at? Where's
Well,
my invite at?
You're very popular, Greg. I mean, everybody wants you.
I'm
to
tired of
hang
it.
out with
I'm
you.
not going to route the whole goddamn restaurant. But
Why
hey,
not?
You got the money? Give me the money. Show me. Hey,
I don't have that
show
much
me the
money.
money.
I don't have that much money.
Me neither, buddy. Just ready for this Higgins news to happen so we can all move on with our lives.
It's happening soon.
Oh, it'll happen. Just a matter of time.
It'll happen.
Yeah.
It'll happen when we least expect it.
Yeah, exactly. It happens all the time with me. I'll probably be in the middle of work when it happens, and everybody's going to be like, Greg, where were you on this one?
Yeah, Greg, what the hell?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Sorry that I have to work. Sorry that when I'm driving a tractor at times, I can't look at my phone and get into an accident.
Dude, you gotta be dedicated, all right? What the hell? What
Yeah, well,
the
that's dedicated
hell
right
are you wearing? Can you even hear us?
Parker, I put the link in if you want to hop on. No, because they don't really reach my ears.
I really know.
Right
There
back.
we go. In here now. Man, I beat this.
I sent Parker a link too. He can shove on my show at 5:30. We're gonna have like 25 people on there. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Along with Willie Lutz.
Can we call him a dick eater?
Dale, I can't. Oh,
Well, I'm curious of like we said before, what part of Willie's face that Darnell saw that's the first thing he thought of.
Yeah.
Woo!
Peaches, peaches, peaches.
I can't take you seriously with that hat, buddy. I'm sorry.
What? What's wrong with my hat? It's a Bengals
No,
hat.
Dale.
That's not very nice at all, Greg. This is a very nice hat.
I'm back.
Dale.
Santori isn't even wearing a hat. What do you think
Do
he's
I-
Santori for?
Do I need to go get a hat? I have a whole
No.
have-
Why, Greg?
I have a whole selection right here.
No, Santori.
Yeah.
I can't take him serious with that hat on.
Yeah, Greg. It's only my dad's hat. One of the only
Oh,
things
no,
I
wait,
have.
wait.
left of
James,
the
though.
memory.
Good job, Greg.
Where the hat?
Greg. Kevin!
Kevin!
Kevin's ready to do a mock
What's up,
draft with
brother?
us.
Oh man, I made it in there.
What's up,
Woo!
Kevin's ready to do a mock draft and get a Tee Higgins jersey.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'll be
All at the
ready.
same time.
Here you go, bud.
Everything good. How y'all doing?
Yeah, good.
Good, man.
Nice.
Man,
try.
I love the show, man. That's why I get on every day.
Hey, we love you, man. The show wouldn't be anything without the people in the chat. Fucking keeps us going, man. I promise you that.
Yes, sir.
Kevin,
Yes,
you're
sir.
a real one, man.
That's the real, man. Yeah. And
So-
Ike, you getting on at 5:30, right?
Yep, I'll be on 5:30.
All right. I'll
Yeah,
be
we got
there.
Willie Lutz and then these idiots. I sent them links too, so it might be just rolling over from one show to the next.
Yeah, but we got to do our mock draft first.
Yep, well, hurry up. Let's go.
You
We
can't
have 27 minutes.
Let's roll.
You
I already
can't
got
force
I
a
already got
mock
it
draft,
plotted up.
Jeff. You can't
What?
force it.
Sure, you can.
You can't
all kinds
force
of
a
shit.
mock draft.
Duh. Why can't you?
No trades.
Why?
It's
Oh,
like,
my-
why? Santori always likes
Move
straight.
back 6 picks and get an extra third? Why wouldn't we at
And the
least
following
entertain that?
year's fifth.
Damn it, Greg.
That's
All
a
right, fine.
legitimate offer.
Hell.
Let's do it. We're doing a trade. We're taking
All
a
right, do it.
trade.
Trade.
We're moving down because we talked about a trade on this show.
Hey,
So
we can take
moved down.
Dalton
moved down
Kincaid
6
now.
spots, and we.
We're manual
We can
4.
trade. Yeah, take Dalton Kincaid number
Yeah.
one.
Oh, it. Look at Kincaid, Gibbs, and Forbes. Honestly, I ain't even mad at trading down. Like,
No, I'm not
Ron
either.
Jones is there too. If you still.
You
want
just said
him.
you didn't want to trade down.
Yeah,
Oh,
Greg,
shut-
shut your
Shut
mouth.
up. Somebody just shut up.
I'm just saying.
I know. Well, don't listen to me. I was testing you.
Did I pass?
Yes.
All right, good. Thank God.
All right, Kevin, who do you want? Kincaid, Gibbs, Forbes, Smith, Ringo.
I like Kincaid, man.
Ooh.
There you
I
go.
All
don't
right.
thi- I don't think we've taken Kincaid in a draft.
Let's do it.
Not that
Let's
I know
just
of.
do it.
All right.
It's the second round. I can stomach it.
All
I
right.
mean, I don't think I've taken Gibbs in one either. Houday Joe would have blew his load if we had taken. So we took Kincaid. We traded down. We got an extra third round. Yeah.
Ooh, Josh Downs.
Wow.
Woo.
DJ Turner.
Yeah. Titman.
Josh Downs is never on the board. This
Eric
late.
Hall. You got 2 of the next 6. Keep that in mind.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys want to take Josh Downs, I'm cool with that.
Voorhees
I like
is there.
I like Titman a lot more than most people. I feel like but
I do like Titman.
he would probably be sitting on the bench the
He's
first
got a
year.
mullet, so you know he's probably okay at the line.
Derek Hall, a lot of people are high on him. Bergeron, if you want to tackle, but
Yeah.
I still like the mid-round guys.
Hey, Parker, if you're watching, I sent you a DM too.
Yeah, we're not doubling down on tight end. Keanu Benton as a pass rusher at D tackle is very solid. I like Turner. I like Benton here. And I like Titman and Downs. Those are 4 guys I like. What about you guys?
I really like Downs.
You know what, Dale? This is crazy. I go with Downs right here, man.
Or Derek Hall.
Yeah, I like him too. Downs.
I'm down with
We're all down with Downs.
Man,
Yeah, I
we're
like
adding
Downs.
some playmakers.
Yeah, I know.
There goes
All
our
offense, all the time.
Whoa, here come the Saints heavy again.
Woo!
See,
That's
now go back. Oh, never mind.
Oh,
No.
Damn,
You could have traded that extra third you got for the
Titman.
entire draft next year.
I know. I saw it. I just wasn't going to do it.
yeah, we gotta get to 5:30. So
I think it would behoove you to go after.
wait, Spears.
I like Stevenson. I
like Spears.
Stevenson.
Spears.
I like Bergeron.
I think Bergeron would be a smart decision.
See, you guys screwed
with
me.
your extra
Keanu
third.
Benton. I would have been very happy with
Ooh,
Keanu
Kraft.
Benton. Now he's going.
We already have a tight end.
we
Let's get
need 2
straight-
of them.
I like
You
Titman
want-
too. Huh?
I think it would be who of you to take Bergeron with your extra third.
Bergeron or Stevenson?
You need a tackle.
All right, take Bergeron. You taught me.
Bergeron, let's take it.
Now
I think I would take Titman and just be like, y'all.
now the rest of the draft's wide open.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who's
Still need a running back, though, Santori. And winner.
Yeah, Satori.
Okay, there's a billion running backs in this draft.
Stevenson's still
But they probably
available.
gone by the time we pick.
Stevenson's still available.
Yeah, there's no debate in my. Spears is still available though.
Tyler Spears.
Let me check.
Spears. Come on.
Let me check the
Wait.
the draft sheet Bible here.
What you got, Kevin?
I bet he's shuffling them around so fast.
So corners, we got Stevenson, Darius Rush, Jalen Jones, Garrett Williams. I like the depth there at corner. Running back, we've got Spears,
Dude,
McBride, Evans, Brown,
I like
McIntosh,
Spears.
Vaughn, Tucker, Mitchell, Gray.
I stick with Spears.
Yeah.
I know. I like. That's my boy. Hey, I like that, Craig. There you go, Kevin. That's right.
Spears is for sure. I go with Spears. Are we going to go defense at all?
Fuck the defense. We're just
All right.
outscore everybody.
I was trying to take Stevenson, Greg, but I got outvoted.
All right.
I would not have done Stevenson personally.
You don't like him?
I don't like the
Dude,
data. I haven't watched the tape, but if I haven't watched the tape, I'll lean on the data. The data's not kind.
Holy shit.
I'm telling you, you guys want to skip all these draft picks, they're freaking backing the truck up for you.
So we already took a running back as these running backs stand out.
What's Eli Ricks looking like?
I don't care too much for Eli.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. I like KJ Henry at edge.
Yeah.
Ooh, draft
Yeah.
sheet doesn't like him either.
Tight end.
Will Mallory.
Wiley.
Kincaid,
Wiley.
but you
Wiley.
want to double down and get Wiley. but
Wiley.
we already took Kincaid.
Wiley. Oh,
Wiley.
You don't want him, Santori, right now because you know Mia LaRosa's. That's why.
Yeah.
Chandler Zavala would be a Parker Blake and draft guy Jared pick easily here.
How do you
Well,
say the guy's name for Michigan?
Chandler. So
How do I say? Well, I know he goes by Olu, so I ain't going to do the rest of it, but I think it's Oluwatimi.
just getting Strawberry, by the way.
Damn it, Greg.
I like
Yeah,
the
boy from Michigan.
The lineman from Michigan, Oluwatimi,
Yeah.
the center. But I think we need defense. Kobe Turner, Moru Ajamu if we're going interior D line.
Yeah, we need to get some defense in this draft for sure.
Corner, I mean, Eli Ricks is about. I like Cameron Mitchell from Northwestern too, but we might be able to wait. And I like KJ Henry.
I like
from
KJ.
Clemson.
I like KJ there for an edge.
All right, we go. Yeah, we'll go with KJ.
Ooh, Mitchell's way up on Goodberry's board.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So what are we doing here? We're going KJ Henry, Kobe Turner, or
I like
Cameron
Mitchell.
Mitchell.
I like Mitchell from everything I'm seeing.
Let's go to Centauri's one. We haven't gone his yet. We'll take Mitchell.
Yeah, let's just do that.
He grades out very well.
I'm gonna roll the dice and see if he's here next round.
All right.
No!
I'm actually gonna take Kobe Turner because he's rated highest.
Let's go.
So I'm taking a D tackle because we need D tackle more than edge. And that was for Parker Blake, who's been mad at us this whole time.
Kobe. I was reading Parker's comment. They like to trade a lot of stuff.
Yes!
There we go. Let's go.
See, that's why I rolled that dice, Santori.
Let's go, baby.
Make the gamble, baby.
Let's go.
Another A plus.
Y'all breaking up on me.
Why did we get a B plus on Josh Downs, being the highest rated player available?
Greg, who knows? Probably because they were like, the Bengals don't need a receiver that much.
They were like, how many times are they just going to throw the ball?
We're gonna be a running team.
We're going to go
I think
four
Kevin's
wide.
cutting out on us. You guys hear the static too?
Yeah, it's Kevin.
Yeah.
He said he couldn't even hear us.
All right. Well, we love you, Kevin. We put you in the back. Man, Parker said because Downs is a garbage pick.
Damn!
Wow.
Hey, Parker, stick to your day job.
Oh!
Shots fired.
All right, you
He's
two.
been texting me during all this, too. I think he's trying to leverage picks. He's sending them both places.
Oh, I like Braden Daniels quite a bit. You
I
guys know
know
that already.
it's the freaking name Braden, man.
Nah, man, I really like him. But I like Coburn. I like Jarrett, but we took Downs. See, we could have waited and not taken Downs and got Jarrett. And I like Jalen Redmond. Jalen Redmond was a freaking beast, but we already took Kobe Turner. See, maybe I should have taken Henry. See if Kevin's back. Kevin, you back?
Yeah.
Still staticky.
Yeah, I know, man. I don't know what's going on.
All right, well, we'll try. Hey,
Well,
we'll do this
I
again
like that boy
sometime.
Earl.
You like what?
Jared.
Garrett.
He likes Jared or Garrett. He said. I don't know.
Jarrett. Oh yeah, Jarrett. But we took Downs. There's no way we can roster. So we got Daniels, Ronnie Hickman at safety. We need safety depth.
Yeah.
Jason
Cox
Taylor the second. Ooh, go back. What was that
Brent
safety?
Strange.
Oh,
Can you go back-
Strange.
Can you go back to safety?
Round pick.
No, it wasn't safety. Can you
It was D lineman. I think.
Jason Taylor the
Yeah.
second is the safety.
No. Can you circle through him again? There was a name from San Diego State. It
I
starts
think it
with
was
an
D
F.
line. I think it was D line. I think it's where you got what nuts.
D-line. No.
Jonah Tavai.
No. Maybe go to all. Where was it? No, interior O-line, maybe linebacker. I don't know where the fuck it was. I'll know it when I see it. Nope. I know the name, and it's one of those things. Once I see the name, I'll be like, "That motherfucker."
It was a punter.
Ah, that one.
Huh?
191. Him.
Yeah.
Vilma Way Flacco.
Yeah,
Fajika.
I'm pretty sure I watched him and I really liked him.
Yeah, he's solid. I just what do we have? Like we have 4.
Tight end, wide receiver,
I mean,
Uh,
Brenton Cox or Ronnie Heckman to me.
I
stand
want
out.
safety there at this one. I would go.
Or doubling
I
it
would go safety here.
for
Hickman's-
depth.
Yeah,
I
for
do
depth.
like Hickman.
Yeah, I would go.
All right, let's put it on the board.
Put it on the board. Yeah.
I honestly think he's got talent to be like, the one guy who come out of Ohio State, and he ended up being a 7th rounder to the Rams, and I couldn't believe he went in the 7th round. I can't think of his name, but he's worked out and he's been great.
Mike Scott.
No, But I think that Hickman is better than him. Like, easily. So
Kirkland.
his whole thing is injuries and age, but you're taking a 7th round flyer on the guy.
I would.
7th round, why not?
I would.
He's talented.
I could have taken John Gaines too. That one.
Is he listed as a guard this year?
So we got all A pluses and 2 B pluses.
Woo! That's domination right there. Pure domination.
I don't even know, honestly, because like this, it's different. It's different.
It's definitely
Taking
different.
Kincaid, trading down, getting an extra
we drafted
second.
nobody we talked about.
Josh Downs, the receiver from North Carolina. I mean, if he pans out, he's going to be damn good. Like, and then you just continue to stay stacked at receiver. Bergeron at tackle. I like him as, you know, in that where we drafted him as somebody we can develop. If he don't start right away at right tackle, I think we find a spot for him on the line in the future. Spears. I think Spears is probably our starting running back.
Oh, definitely. Well, if Mixon's gone, that is, which
I could see us bringing in Zeke after drafting Spears.
Zeke Daddy!
Just saying. Kobe Turner, I like him. D tackle. Cameron Mitchell at corner, I like it. Hickman at safety. And Kirkland, you take a flyer on him, and if he can stay healthy, you might have the steal of the draft right there.
I just don't see them going Tajay Spears for a starting running back.
Why not?
That is not what they go for in running backs. That's just not the right size profile that they go for. Now, great, if they change everything up that they're doing, sure. But
Parker, it's called doing a group draft.
But, you know, if history is going to tell us what they're going for, it's not Tajay Spears.
Yeah.
He's about 3 inches too short and 20 pounds too light.
Gio
wasn't the number one back. He was rotational. If you're going to have him, that's fine.
Then you're keeping Mixon.
Then,
Is that
you're
what you're
keeping
saying?
Mixon, or you're going to get somebody else to pair with him.
Well, I was saying Zeke.
I don't know if they're going to make Zeke a workhorse. I think they want someone younger. I think they're going to go workhorse younger in this.
I think there's different ways to be a workhorse when you're a passing team.
I do too. I think that Kamara was technically their workhorse in the Saints offense. But it depends. Are they going to get away from a lot of the power run and just start spreading it out? And
I know.
You know,
That's what I
grip
mean.
and
They
rip
have
it?
to make that commitment. I know. Now, traditionally, I'm with you, but I think this could be a case where we see that changing.
Right. If it changes that way, then yeah, Spears makes sense. But if they're going to continue to go the same route,
and Travion as your 3.
sure. But if it doesn't change, then that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I see
I
Cam
just don't
looking at
anticipate
the channel now, going, "You guys got me off," and you guys are still going. He's very upset.
Yeah.
Wow. He quitter.
It's all
Well-
Dale's fault.
No, you guys threw out mock draft as soon as he left. I was just trying to help him out. Y'all fucking set me up for failure. I'm tired of this shit. Fuck all you guys. I'm out. Fuck this show. I quit.